Hi Gemini, and welcome to your March predictions reading. Now for today's reading, we are getting a general prediction as to what you can expect as a Gemini Sun Moon rising in the month of March. If you're here checking up on another Gemini and you're not a Gemini yourself, that's fine. You're allowed to cross-watch at your own discretion. I just need you to know that I'm a very honest reader, so if you hear or see something that you don't like about your Gemini, you have been warned. Now in the middle of the month, I will be doing a check-in reading for all of the signs. We're going to be focusing specifically on love, so I do encourage you to subscribe and come back in the middle of the March to see what your sign can expect in love. So starting with an oracle card, for Gemini, what is their main theme in the month of March, Spirit? What is Gemini's main theme in the month of March? What is Gemini's main theme? Thank you. We have Beetroot coming out for you. Love it. So Beetroot in this deck is associated with the word passion. It is also associated with the earth element. We have Leo up here and the number 7 as well. So Gemini, I see that in March, your focus seems to be with a passion that you have. I want to say that this could be a new thing for some of you, but I want to say as well that it's not supposed to be the kind of passion that forces you to do a heck of a lot. With Leo being here, it feels like it's more about having fun, letting out some energy, expressing yourself, and just finding ways to express yourself to others. It feels like some of you, the focus of this month is dating and really like romance for March, especially if you have someone in your life that you really care about strongly or that you're starting to just develop feelings for. It feels like you want to kind of pursue things with this person and push things forward with them. Now, it doesn't have to be about romance though. I just see most of you trying to find more ways of like an outlet and expressing yourselves in March. It feels like passion is here encouraging you to find ways to kind of express yourself creatively. I also think that some of you, this is about finding like things to do with your spare time that don't just result in you being bored at home, Gemini, like different things to fill your time that are fun and that are expressive. I feel like this month is more about getting back a little bit of spice and not getting too distracted with the boring, mundane things that you may be currently going through. I want to say that this beetroot energy is like, you know, almost living in two different worlds here. It feels like you have this other side to you that is buried and that is still growing, and you can't really do much to change that. So you're just going to let it continue doing its thing. While there's this other side to you that has this chance to kind of showcase a completely different side and maybe have a completely different life. Like, I just feel like if you're bored and if life feels like it's getting pretty much the same, like same thing, just a different day, then March seems to be giving you the chance to find different ways of dealing with that boringness, with that mundane energy. It also feels like you may be getting the attention of some people, and they may not know what they're actually getting with you. Like you're hiding something from them and you're just trying to showcase this fun, light, vibrant, carefree person on the surface. So let's get some tarot out here to get some specific predictions for your month of March, Gemini. What can Gemini expect in the month of March, please, Spirit? We have the 8 of Swords coming out for you in the reverse position. 8 of Swords. Interesting. What can Gemini expect in the month of March? Hello. We have the Hanged One coming out reversed. Okay. What can Gemini expect for the month of March, please, Spirit? What can Gemini expect? We have the 3 of Cups in the reverse. I'm going to clarify these cards now as well. Can we clarify the 8 of Swords, please, Spirit? What is going on here? We have Judgment. Welcome, Judgment. We haven't seen that card yet. Can I clarify the Hanged One, please, Spirit? What is going on over here for Gemini? We have the Universe. And what about the Three of Cups? What's happening here? We have Justice. Okay. So passion seems to be a distraction for us because life has got its ups and downs in the month of March. Bottom deck energy is the Ten of Torches. So March is starting to feel like there's a lot of things that you have to do, but I want to say that your energy is wearing thin. You don't have a lot of energy to do these things. So I want to say that you've got a similar energy to one of the earth signs. It feels like you have a lot of responsibilities and you're feeling overburdened by the tasks that you've signed up for. It may be time to start delegating, or it's time to start thinking of other ways to do things, because what you're doing now isn't a long-term practical solution. I feel like you're trying to find ways to cope with the pressure that you're under, which is where your passion and your desire to have fun is coming through. I feel like you are this beetroot. There's a lot going on under the surface for you and you're kind of ballooning, but on the surface you're trying to act like everything's okay. Now at the start of the month here, you're getting yourself out of a situation by trying to change the way that you see it. You're trying to think differently and you're trying to get out of that mind state of I'm a victim by trying to take action towards your circumstances. It feels like you're trying to take responsibility, but I don't think it's your responsibility. It's more like you're just trying to tell yourself it's okay, it's going to get better. I feel like these words of affirmation and your mindset is genuinely helping things come your way for a positive shift. That first week of March, I do see you giving yourself the chance to renew your current state of being by trying to just look at things in a different way. Judgment reverse tells me that somebody could be coming towards you with an important conversation, something that does help you break out of your circumstances by showing you another way out, or a way out, full stop. I want to say that this seems like an important conversation. It's one that would be had in person or over the phone and then followed up with an email or a letter. So pay attention to that. In the first week and a half of March, I see, Gemini, that you're really kind of waiting to hear this news as well. If you don't get the news that you want to hear, it's important that you use the information you have to still find a way out for yourself and to still find a positive way forward for yourself as well. I think with the Eight of Swords reversed, you're going to feel like you have more solutions to the problem that you were facing towards the end of February. And it feels like the start of March is just about you feeling your way through that situation. You don't have a clear course of action, but some of the information is giving you a better understanding of what you can do moving forward. Now, this kind of progresses into the middle of March here. In the middle of March, I see that you are very unsure about how something's going to play out. You've been stuck in this cycle for a long time and it's impacting the way that you're now seeing yourself. This could be to do with your health, it could be to do with your study. It's a very physical thing in your world and you're not sure when it's going to happen in terms of when you're going to get that result or when you're going to be able to complete that study load. And I feel like this is also starting to feel out of your hands. I want to say that you're overwhelmed with your choices as well. And it kind of feels like there's something out of your hands that someone else has to do for you that you're feeling frustrated with. This cycle is very prominent to you in the middle of March because of the delay that it's experiencing. And I see that you may need to move quickly in order to rectify this. This is maybe about acting fast when it comes to communication or securing an opportunity for yourself in order to ensure that this cycle completes itself successfully. It feels like you may be getting bad news in the middle of the month, and it's not that it's completely bad, it's just that it's not the news that you wanted. With the universe reversed, it's like instead of successfully finishing a cycle, you're either stuck in it or it's been delayed. And that's really frustrating for you, Gemini. I think with the Hanged One reverse, there is this feeling of like you're getting the same thing just a different day. So it's almost like someone's telling you the same thing that you heard a couple of months ago, and you're very annoyed with it, very frustrated, but at the same time you're kind of like, that's what I expect at this point. The other thing that I'm picking up here is that in the middle of the month, you are finding it difficult to deal with this unresolved cycle. So you're looking for ways to medicate and self-medicate. And if you know that you have a problem with alcohol, I just want you to know that that middle of the month is a time to be wary of, and to understand that, you know, it's up to you. No judgment, but if you're trying to avoid that, that's the time to go with your support plan of action, whether that's connecting with loved ones and distracting that way, or finding other ways to cope. I just feel like the middle of the month you want to blow off steam, you're feeling fed up, and you're feeling frustrated by the things that you can't control, by these massive delays towards this big goal that you've been working on, towards this big result that you've been hoping to hear. And it's very frustrating that it's been delayed again. It feels like with the Hanged One reversed, this is nothing new, and yet you're still stuck in this situation, which is very frustrating to even read, let alone I'm sure you're probably sick of hearing that. But I also want to say that in the middle of the month, this is where you're being encouraged to focus on your passion, your expression, and finding outlets for yourself. It feels like the initial goal was to self-medicate, but I also see that the helpful energy around you, or the desire to do that, is coming from you needing to express yourself. So find a healthy way to express yourself, starting with, as soon as that pressure starts to hit, find a healthy way to express yourself, even if that's changing something about your appearance, or opening up and conversating with someone that you trust, maybe someone that you love if you have the chance. It feels like you're dealing with a lot, and you need to find healthier ways to manage that pressure. So as we close the month of March for you, I see with the Three of Cups reversed and the Justice card reversed that there is a relationship issue over here. It feels like it has to do with a friend, but I want to say that it's just mostly a feeling of separation from a social situation that you were hoping to be a part of. It feels like emotionally you're struggling to connect with the people around you. And I want to say that it's because of these delays and issues, but it also feels like a partnership here is experiencing a separation or a disconnect. And it feels like we're not getting the right outcome here. We're in an unfair situation, an unfair social situation. The Three of Cups reversed would usually indicate someone separated or not trying to take something seriously. I just feel like this is the chance for you to really voice what you're going through and connect with those people, instead of treating it like another wild night on the town. Try to look at the situation as, these are people who care about me and they want to know what's going on with me, so it's time to open up. I also want to say that you should protect yourself, of course, and only open up to those who you genuinely trust. So at the end of the month, it feels like you're kind of in a situation where you're surrounded by people who you're struggling to connect with emotionally, and you feel like the situation is unfair, you feel like you're losing, and you feel like you're so separated from them that they're only making you feel worse about yourself. So what I'm picking up on is that you could change that by either choosing to be around people who you trust and opening up to them about what you're going through, or understanding that those people are not what you thought they were, in the sense of maybe they're just acquaintances, they're not actually close friends. I think with this Three of Cups reversed, you are being encouraged, with the Passion card as well, to make more room for those social commitments that matter to you, and to prioritize them as an opportunity to offload and connect and emotionally open up about some of this stuff. But with Justice reversed, I see you kind of feeling as though that situation is not going to go in your favor. Is there anything else they need to know about that situation? The Six of Pentacles reversed, someone's not giving enough. It's an unfair situation. Someone's losing. It feels like we owe someone something and we're not saying everything. They're showing me the Hermit now. Some of y'all just aren't opening up. So this showing me the Ace of Swords, so use it as an opportunity to communicate. It's not a promise, but it's definitely an opportunity, Gemini, and I'm sure you got this in your February reading as well, so you're still not opening up to the right people. We have the Morning. This could be a chance to start something new. It's important that we wrong those rights. So let us get some advice for you, Gemini. What is the advice for Gemini in March, please, Spirit? Overall, what is their overall advice in March? We are being shown a new gown with sacred union. A new gown is the number 18. It is reversed. And we also have sacred union, the number 19. Now, I don't know if those were intentionally reversed, but I do accept reversals in all my decks. So for this beautiful oracle deck, it feels like Rumi's message to us has a lot to do with progression and ensuring that we're not repeating cycles that we can avoid. I see you guys being stuck in something, and it's very frustrating, and a lot of it is out of your control. But you are being offered the chance to renew aspects of your life based on how you look at your situation and what you choose to do about the things you can control, what you choose to say. If something is within your realm of control, you need to take responsibility of it so that you help yourself get out of the cycle and just offer more passion, more joy, and more fun. I think the 5th house is an important energy that you need to try to embody in the month of March to help you distract yourself from the things that are out of your hands. I see with a new gown here that your physical appearance is something that is weighing on you, whether you're uncomfortable about how you look or it's something that you've been meaning to change or address. March may be a good time to get to find a space to do these things, whether it's changing your hair color or just doing something to make yourself feel better about yourself. It's not necessarily about changing. Sometimes it's about embracing and finding ways to love those parts of ourselves. I think with the new gown reversed, there is just a feeling here of some things cannot always measure up to certain expectations. So what can we do to change our expectations to meet reality as well? And what can we do to find the beauty in our reality? And sometimes that is about just buying a new pair of pants or a new gown, and one that makes us feel better about ourselves, more confident about ourselves. But that analogy doesn't necessarily have to be about clothing at all. It's just about finding beauty in the reality of the situation. And also with sacred union here, the Spirit's advice is that there is separation in your life right now, and I don't want to be that person who makes you just accept that overnight, but I need you to know that part of the separation is not necessarily intentional. Yes, you are supposed to be focusing on closing an important cycle in your life, but March means you don't have to be alone anymore. So if you are feeling lonely, I do think it's because you are cutting yourself off from some people who do want to be closer to you. I do think that you have the opportunity in March to passionately have fun and connect with people again, whether this means dating or going out on friend dates. I see with sacred union reverse that if you're going through a constant cycle with someone, March is going to be the month to re-examine that cycle and try to get out of it once and for all, making positive changes through our behavior, through our actions, through our words, and fixing the things that we are able to control through our actions, behaviors, and words. You don't have to repeat some of these cycles. I can appreciate that a lot of the things are out of your hands, which is why it's really important to re-examine your responsibility, to let go of the things you can't control, and to just focus on what you can do for yourself. And this doesn't have to be a chore. This doesn't have to be a monumentous task. It can be a positive outlet, a fun way of hanging out and expressing yourself and just having fun, or emotionally connecting and offloading some of the stuff that you've been going through, Gemini. So that's what I'm seeing for you when it comes to the month of March. I hope this was a helpful reading for you. You may find that these messages resonate as the month progresses, so I would encourage you to come back and see if these messages resonate more. You may also have messages in the other signs in your chart, so be sure to check out your sun, moon, rising. What else can I say for you except that I hope you have a wonderful March, and I shall see you in the mid-month love predictions readings. Please look after yourself, Gemini. Sending you so much love. Bye for now.